I have a concern, and that concern is the zombie storyline coming into Black Ops 7. By the way, this is not me hating on the developers or writers at Treyarch. This is me giving you guys my concerns and thoughts and honest opinion. Also, before the video begins, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and also press the notification button if you want more videos like this. Anyways, let's get into the video. So, the story went off in BO6 when the Tomb came out. I think when the Tomb came out and people were going over with the story, I feel like the story overall just went downhill like after the Tomb. And like Citadel de Mor was like the only, I think was the last map we actually had a good story in this game. Liberty Falls, Terminus, and Citadel de Mor were like the only maps that actually had a decent story and at least had story to it. But when you look at the Tomb, it had great atmosphere, but the story just went everywhere, and I'll even agree with Stanley, which I'll leave a link in the description down below for both his video and MCC's podcast that he does with Jeff, that Stanley's in. But, again, I digress. Stanley even said himself that when the Tomb came out and they were finding the story out for like Archibald and stuff like that, it just didn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. And in my opinion, I think the only things that were only good in the Tomb, the story, or well, the intel. How do I admit with you guys? I think it was only the Sam AI and Rick Toffin's story, pretty much, right? Then Charvel came out, and I'll even admit, it had the best intel. It was one of the way better maps we've actually gotten. And I think it brought the story back up a bit. Then Reckoning came out. I will let you know right now, the story and intel was not good. I'm not going to say it sucked ass, I'm just saying it wasn't the best. And like I even stated in my tweet, I would say the story is a 4.5 to a 5 out of 10. It's not the worst, it's not the best, it's just mid for me. And I'll even admit, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 Zombies does a better story than Black Ops 6. Same as Cold War. I think they actually, in the intel with Reckoning, they retconned a lot of shit from Cold War in BO6, which makes me wonder, was this story rewritten last minute? Like, seriously, was this rewritten last minute? And I'll even bet you 10 to 1 when someone came out and said, and I will show the tweets, or a tweet up here saying that Craig Houston went on personal break and said that basically game writers like from mobile games had to come in and finish the story for BO6 Zombies. Which makes me wonder, how the fuck did this happen? Well, let's go over leaks stated by Milwaukee and Ghost of Hope. They both stated that Liberty Falls and Shire Vale and Reckoning were supposed to be this one big outbreak map. That was the original plan. But I found a retweet/comment post on X about someone stating that probably due to community backlash, Treyarch listened to the wrong side of the community and decided to change Liberty Falls, Shire Vale, and Reckoning into a round-based map. What does this mean? Well, it means that either A, Treyarch was originally planning to have Liberty Falls, Shire Vale, Reckoning as an outbreak map, where we would find all the intel leading up to, probably leading to the characters we get in BO7, right? Or it could have been they rewrote the whole story, mainly for the Liberty Falls section, to fit into both a round-based mode and the chaos theme elements, right? And again, this is where I'm going to say right now, and this is a hot take. My honest hot take here. I feel like the Tomb was originally meant for Citadel de Mor as the second half of its map. I think the Tomb wasn't supposed to be a DLC at all. I think we were supposed to play in the Tomb after we defeat the Guardian, and I think the Guardian would have been the main boss fight for Citadel de Mor, but we would have had a little mini boss fight after the Guardian, which was the Sentinel artifact, of course. But again, that's just me. Now, I think we would have gone this for BO6 lifecycle. At launch, we would have gone Terminus. Season 1, Citadel de Mor mixed with the Tomb. Season 2, we would have gone the Grief mode, right? Or possibly another DLC map. But it could have been Grief. Who knows? Then Season 3, 4, and 5, we would have gone the POI updates for the Liberty Falls Outbreak map. Where I would even want to bet, and this is just me, just want to bet that the act missions we got in MWZ were going to be the probably act missions in BO6's Outbreak map. For example, Act 1, Liberty Falls, Act 2, Shattered Veil, Act 3, Reckoning. I even want to bet right now that the Panos and Blanchard story was also going to be different too, as well. Again, this is not me hating on the developers, but I feel like this story was rewritten last minute. Again, not hating on them, but Treyarch, if you are watching this, please don't listen to people or the wrong side of the community and listen to community backlash. Follow what your heart desires. At least show us what you were originally wanting to do. And hell, I would even appreciate you guys bringing a director's cut mode of bringing what the story was originally possibly going to be with all the maps, including the Outbreak mode. I would love to see that. I would literally would love that. But again, we all know they're working on Black Ops 7. And I kind of have a concern too about the story as well. Mainly with BO7. Are they going to retcon a lot of things in the story in BO7? Or are they going to answer the questions in BO6's story into BO7? Because let's be real here. I doubt, and this is just me, I doubt they wanted to develop BO6. I want to bet they were originally planning to have BO7 as the original BO6, by the way, because Ghost of Hope even said himself back in 2022 that originally Black Ops, the next Black Ops game, was originally going to be coming out in 2023. It was supposed to be a futuristic COD. It wasn't even supposed to be a 90s game. But again, that's just me. And again, sorry if I'm stuttering a bit. But again, I digress. And honestly, I'll even give you guys a hot take here. I feel like the story in BO6 Zombies was going to be different. Like I said, I think the life cycle for it was going to be Terminus at launch. Season 1 was going to be a mix of Citadel de Mor and the Tomb. Season 2 could have been a new Zombies map or Grief mode. And Season 3, 4, and 5 were going to be the Liberty Falls Outbreak map POI updates. That's what I think is going to happen. Hell, I even do agree with a few people that the story wasn't really the best that Treyarch did. And I'll even admit, even after hearing that Craig Houston left, which I will show right here on the screen right now, what that tweet said, that Craig Houston left because of personal break, I'll even admit, I kind of feel bad for Treyarch more than hating on them. Why? Let me be real here. They are at fault for listening to community backlash. That is their fault for doing that and rewriting the story. But we also gotta remember, I feel like Treyarch have been not having a break since what, 2020, since Cold War, and like after BO4. Hell, I think BO4 was going to be, and this is just me, I feel like BO4 was supposed to have more DLCs, but it got cut and scrapped. And that's where Activision Shanghai had to come in and be like, we have to continue BO4 and finish its life cycle before MW19 comes out, right? And then 2020, Treyarch had to come in and do Sledgehammer's job and make Black Ops Cold War. Which, by the way, that wasn't originally by them. It was originally going to be called Call of Duty Cold War. And it was going to be by Sledgehammer and Raven. But again, I digress. Anyways, my concern with BO7. I feel like they might retcon stuff from BO6 like they did, like what they did with BO6 from Cold War. I feel like they're gonna retcon a lot of shit. I feel like the story might not even be that good either. And I'll even admit, if this story is not good, I will be fucking furious. I will not go out and harass Treyarch, but I will tell you right now, I will only play a Treyarch game if this story game doesn't, or well, the mode does not do well with story. I will stop playing zombies. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, like here and there, hey, I will stop playing zombies until the story gets good again. I will tell you right now, I will take a break from zombies, play the campaign only, because I'll even admit, I think, in my opinion, the Black Ops campaign stories are pretty fucking good, but when it comes down to the story of zombies, it hasn't been really that good since, like, what? Like, I think after MWZ or, like, Vanguard? But again, I digress. So, look, I do have concerns here and there, but I will be going in BO7 optimistic with the story, optimistic with the gameplay, and I'll go optimistic as a whole with BO7 as a whole. And again, I am not trying to hate on Treyarch, but I just wish Treyarch didn't listen to the community backlash and at least did the Outbreak mode they were originally probably planning on doing. Like I said, Liberty Falls was planned to originally be a Outbreak map. It wasn't meant for Route Base. It was originally planned for Outbreak. But the problem was, I think Treyarch listened to the wrong people in the community, and were like, you know what, hey, let's just do what the community wants, rewrite our story, and make it no sense whatsoever. But again, that is just my thoughts on it and my concerns. Mainly of all, I am concerned they might retcon a lot of shit into probably BO7. I think they might retcon a lot of things in BO6 in BO7. But again, who knows? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.